Good morning. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here again at the National Weather Service in Pocatello with your weather hazard briefing for Sunday, February 11th. Looking over the next 5 days or so, we've kind of divided this into three pieces. First, high pressure remains in control across the region today. So in general, that means dry conditions, very light winds, very low impact weather for most of you across southeast Idaho. There will be maybe a little localized fog. We don't think this is going to be particularly widespread, but just something to keep an eye out for if you happen to be traveling here this morning. May also be some low stratus clouds out there, particularly across the upper half of the Snake Plain. It's going to be more of an aviation concern than anything, but you may notice that cloud cover out there may take some of the sunshine away for a portion of today if you happen to be under it. Other than that, really not much going on today across the region, so kind of a break between systems with that high pressure and control. As we step into the new work week here, we're going to kind of have two flavors going on here. First, as we go into particularly Monday and Tuesday, we're going to take that ridge of high pressure that's in place over us and we're going to flatten it. So basically what that means is we have a low pressure trough that's coming into the Pacific Northwest that's going to take control away from that high pressure. It's going to bring a little bit gustier winds to the higher elevations. We're talking really up high on peaks and ridge lines, not expecting any strong wind issues generally down low, at least at this juncture. It's also going to start bringing some light snow showers back into the picture, particularly in the Central Mountains, the far northern Snake Plain, up into the Island Park region, and most of the eastern highlands as far south as possibly the Bear River Range for Monday and Tuesday. Now, I'll show you some graphics here in a minute on this. A lot of you are not going to see much snow out of this initial activity. Most of the moisture is going to be up across Montana. This is not a particularly strong shortwave trough coming through. I'll show you where the best chance of snow is here in a minute, but it's going to be very light and not everyone is going to see it. Now that will change as we go later in the week. We're going to turn a little bit more active. We're going to have additional systems coming into the picture, and I think there's going to be a better chance for more widespread snow arriving Wednesday, particularly Thursday. Thursday looking a little bit heavier than Wednesday at this juncture for seeing more widespread snowfall out there. So we'll be trending into this more active weather pattern with more of you seeing those flakes as we proceed through the upcoming week. Breaking it down by area here, maybe an evening snow shower today into tonight up in the Island Park area. But other than that, the high-res models have really backed off on much in the way of moisture sneaking in here as we go through the course of today and tonight. Again, a hint of fog here or there, some low stratus clouds, particularly this morning. That's about it. Monday and Tuesday, here's that flattening of the ridge. Here's that moisture starting to spill into the region just a little bit from that first shortwave trough. And you can see some areas here, the southern and eastern highlands, southeast and northeast highlands here lit up for some light snow shower activity, and some of that extending into the central mountains as well. I'll show you accumulations in a moment. Again, not expecting a lot of accumulation out of this. We trend into a little bit more widespread activity Wednesday, and I think particularly Thursday is when we'll see the most widespread snowfall of the week as additional systems come in. Right now, we're holding with generally minor impacts with all of this, but keep your eye on Wednesday and Thursday here as we go through these briefings over the next couple of days. Satellite loop this morning, pretty clear for a decent chunk of our forecast area. You can see some lower clouds. This is these blue shadings here on the satellite loop in the upper Snake Plain and into some of the valleys here across the eastern highlands. That's those low stratus clouds. So you'll certainly see that out there. And if you look really carefully, you can see these lighter, wispier white and gray clouds sinking to the southeast, kind of over the same area. I will point out here, without getting into the science of it, this is a scenario where these two different cloud decks can occasionally produce a light snow shower or a light snow flurry. So don't be surprised if you see a few flakes out there. Just hit and miss as we go through the course of the first half of today. We're generally not expecting this to be impactful, but certainly can't rule out a very isolated snow shower just looking at these cloud decks here over the eastern forecast area. Watches, warnings, and advisories, very similar to yesterday morning. We have a avalanche warning that remains in effect at least through early this morning here for the Centennial Mountains west of Island Park. Some other mountain ranges here between West Yellowstone and Bozeman. Outside of that, no alerts in effect across the rest of the region. Low temperatures as you head out this morning, very similar to yesterday. We have some 20s here in the eastern Magic Valley. We have some much colder readings up toward Copper Basin and Stanley, near to below zero. Some single digits up toward Island Park and Driggs as well. These temperatures are not terribly unusual for this time of year. And then as we step into high temperatures, we have today's highs forecast here on the left, Monday's highs on the right. You can see we gained just a couple degrees over the 2 days, but not much change. Most of you seeing upper 20s and 30s for high temperatures. We may reach 40, at least for a brief period here today out toward Twin Falls and Jerome. And you can see some of those 40s maybe creeping into Burley and close to American Falls here on Monday. So a hint warmer there, but most of the rest of the region, again, holding in the upper 20s to mid 30s. Tuesday and Wednesday, very similar readings, kind of a stagnant pattern here. We don't have any big pushes of warmer air or big pushes of colder air just yet. As we wait on some of these stronger systems to arrive, you can see temperatures ranging from the upper 20s to low 40s for highs. Snowfall. So this graphic here is looking at new snow that we're expecting over a 3-day period. That's today into Monday and into Tuesday. And as we mentioned, this is that first shortwave trough. Most of the moisture holding north of us into Montana, just a little bit of that spilling into our region. What does that mean for our area here? Well, you can see generally a dusting to perhaps 2 inches of snow over that 3-day period. A little bit of that up towards Stanley and Chalice, particularly points to the north and west of there. And then also here across the Island Park region and down to the east, it kind of matches up quite nicely here with Interstate 15, actually. Generally east of Interstate 15 over to the Wyoming border, your best chance of seeing that dusting to perhaps an inch or 2 of snow. Again, better chance for widespread snow showers as we head into latter portions of the week. Here's your percent chance of reaching or exceeding 1 inch of snow, and very similar picture here. Your best probabilities are up towards Stanley and points north and west, and then east of Interstate 15 here, again, over the next 3-day period. Little to no snow expected across Arco, Craters of the Moon, the eastern Magic Valley, and even the lower Snake Plain until we get into the latter part of the week. So that's what we're looking at here. Again, high pressure today. Start to work snow showers back in for some on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday into Thursday, finally turning more active again with a better chance of snowfall. If you have questions, comments, concerns for us, of course, we're here 24/7. Feel free to reach out using the information at the bottom of this slide. And everyone have a great Sunday.